It became very volatile by that point.
So, did the defendant in fact come to the house?
Not on that first time. I think it was the second scheduled time, but she did.
Who did she come with?
The defendant came with, herself. Harley came, her mother, and her brother, Dakota Lowry.
What is her mother's name?
Deborah, I don't remember. Harley's room bringing stuff, and then I went into the bedroom at one point while Tisha was gathering some of her belongings. And I do remember the deputy followed me in there. He was in there as well the whole time I was in there with Tisha. So, the defendant, excuse me.
So that suitcase that we talked about earlier, that green suitcase, did you ever see that come out of the house on that day?
No, sir.
Did you ever see it come out of the house in relation to this investigation?
No, sir.
Once she moved her belongings out of the house on January 31st, how would you communicate with the defendant after that?
Through text message. There may have been, and I'm speaking in between the period before I started the pretext phone calls. There was text messages and I believe some emails and possibly some phone calls as well. I don't remember specifically, but any version of those three, I think, were in play.
What about in-person conversations?
I don't believe I ever saw her again after she left until I saw her in the courtroom.
Okay. During that particular time frame, so from January 31st until we start into these pretext phone calls, did the statements that the defendant was telling you about what happened again and ever change?
Yes, they changed in, yes.
In what ways did they change?
Different people were accused, something happened again and at different places, I think I'm mixing up some of the pretext stuff too. So I'm trying, I don't know, but yeah, there was different stories told.
Okay.
So.
And so we're going to get into the pretext phone calls, obviously, and that we'll actually be able to hear those things. What I'm trying to do is just get into what you're thinking happened based on what you're hearing from the defendant. And so you said that there was different names being mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember any of those names now?
Yeah, I think one of the first ones was Eduardo. Some version of that. There was another name. I don't think it came into play until the pretext, the Quincy Brown. I think that's when that came into play.
So let me back up and stop you there. In relation to the name that you just said, Eduardo. Mm-hmm. That's a yes or no?
Yes.
What did she tell you about Eduardo?
So I'll be honest, I'm having trouble. I think all the different versions are mixing together when they happen. So I don't know. I know there was a story that the defendant told me about. There was a man in the neighborhood, a carpet guy.
So let me ask you specifically about that.
Please.
Did she give you a statement about her allowing a man from the neighborhood that was a construction worker into the house to fix the carpet?
I think the story was she gave him the code. But yeah, somehow he got in the house.
The question is, did she tell you a story with those sort of details in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the story that she told you in relation to that?
Like I just said, I think it involved in that specific one that she gave him the code of the garage and he came in. I'm kind of at a loss on that, Mike. Mr. Allen, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Did you know anybody by that name?
Absolutely not. I don't believe.
Did she allege that that's the person that raped her in the first time that she tells the story?
Yes.
Okay.
how am I supposed to work if I don't have any of it?
Yeah, I know.
Placed on hold. Please wait for your contact to return.
Hello? That was weird. Hello?
Hey,
What happened?
the Wi-Fi, I don't have a number, so the Wi-Fi just dies, so I had to use this Indian dude's number here, phone number here to call you back on because I only have Wi-Fi.
Okay.
But anyway, so like, I don't have any of that stuff. So I'm not trying to purposely not go to work, not do anything. I just need help obtaining any of it to even do anything.
Well, I'm having trouble too because they still freaking got my truck and you know how I have those badges I got to get in?
Yeah.
I can't freaking get into my secure part of my job, so I can't even do what I'm supposed to be doing either. So it's freaking driving me nuts.
So like the people are fussing at Harley because she needs her high school diploma and she needs a report with her ID, social, and high school diploma. And I'm trying to explain to them what's going on.
Yeah.
And like I just can't get any help because she's supposed to be there every week on base doing stuff. Because she leaves in 28 days.
For basic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anything ever happen with that job? That new MOS?
Yeah, the guy wants to talk to her about it. That's why he told her, he said to come in, but we didn't have a way, so we explained that to him. So we didn't have a way. We don't have a way to get on base because they have IDs. They have everything. It's in the book bags, everything.
Okay. What were we talking? What is what was that thing you said you called? I just popped in my head. CIB or something?
Yeah, you guys, I'm trying to talk to you about like help, and I'm not downing or talking about anyone, but they don't need to be the lead agency if they're not going to lead. So the Colorado Bureau of Investigations can even look at it from a different approach. So I called the Colorado Bureau of Investigations and I talked to someone and they're going to call me back.
What did you tell them?
I didn't say anything bad about anyone. I just said there's a lot of key things that they're choosing to leave out. And I said, it's becoming a witch hunt after one person. I said, when they're barking up the wrong tree and they're not even following what credible things that I've told them. They want tips from the public, but the public was not there.
Well, what credible things have you told them? That's what in our emails I'm trying to, and I know you said you were waiting to talk to me and everything, but what is it that you've told them? Because I know we had some, uncertainty about some of the things initially, and that's fine. But like, what is it that you told them that they're not looking at? What is can you walk me through it? I know I asked you for that timeline.
Hold on 1 second. I can't breathe even 1 second.
Take your time. Just try to get some deep breaths.
I'm just trying to put the window down on this stupid thing because, it's hot. And like I'm having to run into people I don't even freaking know. They could be mad killers and shit to be like, hey, can I use your phone? Hey, can I sit in your car for a minute? Hey, do you think I could drive your car to the store?
I know I'm starting to feel some heat too. Like I told you when I went to Bass Pro Shop last night, I wanted to get some clothes, but I was trying to hope to run into you on the north end, like you said you were out there, but
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I was just trying to hope to bump into you or something, but I feel like I'm having to hide now. That's why I went and got some redneck clothes, like the clothes that you don't like, because all those nice clothes I have at the house that you got me, I would just stick out like a sore thumb, and I'm just trying to hide too.
I don't know how long you got, but I just wanted to start with you for Saturday what I have.
Okay. Listen, I scooted away for lunch, so probably hour and a half, so we got plenty of time.
All right. What do you mean scooted away from lunch? You don't have a car?
Yeah, I got a rental car. Uncle Jeff helped me out with a rental car, but I just had to get away from all them people. Like I've been telling you, it's just crazy. So
You stand by yourself?
me and Uncle Jeff.
Okay, so your Uncle Jeff is there with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been like me with my family members the whole time. So
how long can your Uncle Jeff stay?
I have no clue. It's people have been kind of jumping in and out, but
I just didn't want you to be by yourself because I've been trying to be with you because I don't think that you should be by yourself with them because it's a bunch of vultures. That's all.
yeah, I'm not. I'm starting to slowly see that. So, but yeah, let's just do this timeline because I want to hear your timeline so I can try to make sense of it.
Saturday, okay? You said you wouldn't question, you would just listen.
Saturday. Hold on, Tisha. Saturday. What do you mean Saturday? Right before me and Mama left. Saturday.
After you left.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So this is the paper I have. I had to get it notarized because that's what that guy said to do. Right after whoever found us and took Harley's car, that's where we had left from, was the attorney. But anyway. All right. So I'm going to just go through certain things. I'm not going to read it verbatim how he did it because it would be more of in law terms. But, key one, Albert and his mom left for Denver. We put DEN in there. Around the house, cleaned up. G helped with stuff. Helped me get stuff out of his car. Gannon's always barefooted because that was something that he asked me. Even taking the trash out, things like that. He took the trash out. He stepped on something in the garage. So my car parked. You had those boards that were underneath my car, right?
Yeah.
Gano was going to go help because he was saying that there was some kind of piece out there that was going to help me. You know the little zip ties that you have on things and it's hard to get off?
Yeah.
So he knew where something was at to go pop those off. So he was going to go get it because I had bought them some things from the clearance store. All right, so Gannon cut his foot on those boards. We flipped the boards over because we were freaking out because I was like, oh my God, your daddy said don't get oil or anything from your car leaked on those boards. You know what boards I'm talking about?
The one, the 2x4s that I have, that you drive over to park in the garage or whatever. Yeah.
So I let Gannon sit down in the back of the car. You know how funny I am about my car. But also, we just bandaged it up, whatever. All we did was stick a bandage on it, whatever. And I said something to him about, Gannon, you gotta quit coming out here barefooted, which I do the same thing. I take dogs out barefooted anyway, freaking cold weather.
Hey, let me ask you, hold on, wait a second. I'm just thinking here, and I'm going to listen to everything. Just something that popped in my head. He always goes out the front door to do the trash. That's so weird.
But he was helping me unload. I had bought them a bunch of stuff in the clearance store. If you look in the garage.
I got you. Okay, I thought you said take out the trash. I'm sorry.
Let me explain this to you. There's 2 bags that was put in the garage because I had put a bunch of stuff in there. I went and bought them a bunch of crap that went on sale from the clearance store because they were changing over to warm weather stuff. But obviously in Colorado, you can still wear the cold weather stuff. Which I saw Lena online wearing, so therefore I knew it was in the house. But anyway, so my point was, he was really, helping me out, whatever, just talking to me about something. Who knows what he was talking about. He tells me about video games. I listen, but I don't understand them. Anyway, so he was bleeding on his foot, and we turned the boards over. Because I was like, oh my God, I was going to freak out, because these are the boards. He said, don't you get oil on my car, don't drip on my car, whatever. All right, so during this time frame, was supposed to be taking the trash out. I said, you might as well take out recycle, whatever. But Gannon kept going to the gate with nothing. And I kept saying, why are you going to the gate? He was like, I'm going to make sure the gate is locked. Oh, okay, this is the first I'd known. I knew we were talking about locking the gate, but I didn't know Gannon had the key. I thought maybe you just had the key yourself, whatever. I didn't know Gannon had the key.
Babe, he didn't, but hold on. He had, the key was in our room in the, on top of the dresser the whole time. Remember he kept,
Yeah, I didn't pay attention or
okay.
remember any of
All
that.
right.
So he kept going out there with the key and saying that he was checking to make sure the gate was locked. Okay, benefit of doubt, maybe he was, because we had talked about making sure that gate was locked, or he could have been talking to somebody. I don't know. I'm not speculating. I know I got on him about, hey, doing this.
Yeah.
So underneath there was a rug. That rug that we stepped out on, it was a rug. There was blood on it. I had walked on it, and I was like, yeah, we probably should just throw this away and find a new rug to put out here. So
What rug are you talking about again? So the one in the garage?
right.
Yeah.
When you stepped down, there was a rug. I said, we probably should just throw this away. Said, because we can always just get another piece or another rug, or I'll go to Dollar Tree and get a rug, whatever.
I got you.
Okay, so that was that. Okay, so then on the next section, it says, I replaced rug, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yep, bam. All right. And then it says, we came in house, and he immediately ran downstairs to the room. So then I kept going down there, because his door was locked. He said he was keeping Lena out, which, again, I didn't question, because they always get where 1 minute they want to play with each other, next minute they're like, get out. Okay? So then I sat on the sofa to put on the Peloton shoes because I was going to ride the bike again because my friends had said they were going to redo a later time that we could do the bike. Anna kept coming in there saying, are you going to stay here? Are you going to stay down here? Are you going to stay down here? So I took it as if he was like excited I was going to stay down there and, just be able to run around and do whatever. But then I had to go upstairs and help Lena, yada, yada, yada. So I got on my statement, it says I was back and forth, but came back when I heard a loud noise. So there was a loud noise that happened downstairs. So, of course, I run back downstairs and realized, or so I thought, was a box or something fell over in the storage room. Sounded like something was really loud in the storage room, but I assumed that it was a box. Didn't had his door locked, so I knocked on the door. Of course, I'm like, hello, because I hear a loud noise. And so he opened and said I couldn't come in. And I was laughing. I'm like, why? And he told me he was doing something. I don't remember what he told me he was building. I'm sure it was something about the Toy Cons or Joy Cons or whatever. I didn't think anything of it. Just, okay, he's building something, whatever. But there was a loud noise, and he was in his room. So then he said his stomach started hurting a little bit or whatever, so I told him to come upstairs. I had some special ice cream. I had these Pedialyte pops. I had already went and bought them because I thought, this time of year, this is when I got the cold last year, I'll take them. So I let him take the Pedia pops or whatever, and he took some Miralax. So that was a normal day for Saturday. Like, you were already, flying on, you probably already got the plane, we all laid down, yada, 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 right?
Right.
What about Saturday?
Yeah. Christopher.
Sunday, all right? Sunday, we talked to you in the morning. Remember I told you, I sent you a few messages, and I was like, hey, we might go on a hike, whatever. Everyone's going to get dressed, Then suddenly we saw the news about Kobe Bryant. So then, of course, that delayed it because I'm sitting on the sofa crying, trying to figure out, like, oh my gosh, Kobe died. Is this true? Remember I messaged you. We talked back and forth about it, whatever.
Yeah, I had just gotten to the airport at Lawton when you told me that.
Right.